Welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be teaching you why change is so hard and how to step by step actually make change easier for you. Let's dive in. To most of us, we all want to change. We all want to be better. Like, you're listening to this podcast because you are at least someone who knows that you want to change and evolve and grow in some sort of way. But then the next question is, why the hell is that so hard to do, right? Why is it so hard for us to change when we want consciously to change? And so I'm going to take you through something that's called the emotional cycle of change so you can understand kind of what's going on inside of you as you're actually trying to change. And if you're someone who's really bad at following through, if you're somebody who's really good at starting something but really terrible at finishing it and seeing it all the way through, what I'm going to teach you, if you can really understand it, will be a game changer. If you're sitting at home, I would recommend that you take out pen and paper. If you're driving, take some mental notes as we go through this. In order to create the life you want, you're going to have to change. And we all know that. That's why you're here. You are not unconscious zombie walking around anymore. You're the type of person that's going, okay, I want something to be different. And I know that I need to change. That's why I'm here listening to how to change my mindset. You're going to have to change. You understand that. There's no way around it. And if you do not change, you know that your life will not change. And there is a psychological cycle that you will go through in almost any change that you have. And there were two psychologists, Don Kelly and Daryl Connor, who developed this model that really deals specifically with the emotional aspects of change and what it looks like. And if you can understand it and you can identify where you are, it will make it easier for you to go, you know what? Okay, I can see I'm at stage 2 right now. I just need to keep going. Oh, you know what? I can see I'm at stage 3 right now. I just need to keep going. Oh, I'm at stage 4. Things are starting to work out. I just need to keep on going, right? And so when you can understand what stage that you're in, you can understand how you need to keep pushing through and how to do so. You know, one of the things that I always hear from people a lot in what I do is, man, Rob, I'm pretty good at starting things, but I almost always give up. Like, I'm really good at like starting a workout plan, but I almost always give up like a month into it. And there's this thing called the emotional cycle of change, and there's 5 different stages in the emotional cycle of change. And you can use this to understand and anticipate the emotional responses that you're going to feel. Like, okay, I'm in stage 2. I know that stage 3 is coming. I know that it's actually going to get worse before it gets better. So at least I can prepare myself. And so when you understand each stage in detail, you can better prepare yourself. You can use these tools to then cope and work through your changing emotions, okay? So there's 5 different stages in the emotional cycle of change. The first one we're all very familiar with, and it's stage 1. And stage 1 is called uninformed optimism. In this stage, you're excited about the change, right? Like, whenever we're going to do something, like, we might be a little bit nervous, but we're like, man, it's so exciting. It's so exciting. I'm going to do this new thing. I'm going to change myself. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to gain muscle. I'm going to get sexy. I'm going to look fucking amazing in a bikini, right? Whatever it is that you're working towards. But the reason why you're so excited about it is because you are not aware of the difficulties that you could and probably will face ahead. And so you're only seeing all of the good stuff. And this is the reason why people are all excited in the beginning of starting something new. One thing that you can do to capitalize your excitement here is to make an actual letter to yourself, to journal why you are doing this. Because when you think about quitting, remember why you started. Go back and read the reasons why you started. What your vision is, what you're doing this for, who you're doing this for, why you're doing this. So you just have to fight through, knowing that if you fight through long enough, eventually you're going to get to stage 4, and stage 4 is where things start to get better, and stage 5 is where everything's amazing. Well, it's where things start to become amazing. We'll put it that way. Stage 4 is now informed optimism. So you went from informed pessimism to informed optimism. Informed pessimism is like, oh my God, I now know what I didn't know, and I don't know if I can do it. Informed optimism is, I now know what I didn't know before, and I think I can do it. Like, at this stage is the possibility of success starts to increase. You start to get into much more of a positive state because you start becoming more confident in yourself and trusting in yourself. Success is starting to seem possible. And the benefits of what you're doing are starting to show. Because sometimes you got to plant a seed and it takes months for that seed to grow. And so sometimes before you get to stage 4, you're not really seeing the benefits yet. They haven't really popped up. And so now you're starting to see the benefits of your actions a month ago, 2 months ago, 6 months ago. And the cost of the change is actually starting to seem worth it. And it's starting to seem easier. And you now are starting to see a little bit of the fruits of your labor, just a little bit, enough to get you excited. You're starting to see those breadcrumbs of success in front of you. You're starting to see a light at the end of the tunnel and going, you know what? Damn it, I think I can do it. I think I can get myself there. So that's stage 4, which is informed optimism. And then stage 5 is what we're all trying to get to, which is success and fulfillment. Success and fulfillment is the final stage of the emotional cycle of change. It's the one that the least amount of people get to, because usually somebody gives up at stage 2 or stage 3. Like 90% of people are going to give up at stage 2 or stage 3. And the benefits of all of the new behavior are fully experienced. You can see, and then you can go, you know what? It was worth it. I'm so glad that I did it. But you have to understand that no matter what it is, whether it's you getting into a new relationship, you're going to go through the emotional cycle of change. You trying to go on a journey of losing weight, you're going to go through the emotional cycle of change. You trying to build a business, the emotional cycle of change. You becoming a parent, the emotional cycle of change. You're always going to go through this psychological, emotional cycle of change with everything that you do. You have to just understand stage 1 is this. Stage 2 is this. It's going to be hard. Stage 3 is going to be this. It's going to be even harder. Stage 4, stage 5, those are the stages that I'm fighting to get to. And so if you can just start to understand the emotional cycle of change, you can really start to understand yourself more and anticipate what could be coming up in the future, so therefore you're not caught off guard. So that is what it looks like for you to grow, to change, and to become the person that you want to become. So that's what I got for you for today's episode. If you love this episode, please share it on your Instagram stories. Tag me in it, Rob Dial Jr., ROBDIALJR. And I'm going to leave you the same way I leave you every single episode. Make it your mission to make someone else's day better. I appreciate you, and I hope that you have an amazing day.